how are you? Tonight is the last night of the Star Spangled Bee Bash. This has been the craziest one I've done yet. Hey, Tracy. But tonight is the last night. I want to say thank you for giving me some grace about last night. Mark's brother came in unexpectedly Saturday, and we didn't know. And so then we went up there for the evening, so I didn't get to get stuff done. And then yesterday I had to cook. I just finally realized I can't, there's no way I'm going to do this. I was stressed, which I've still been stressed, but I appreciate that. But hey, lots of you are hopping on. I have a really fun project for you tonight. It is a little pattern that I think you will like. It's a double pattern, so you can, it's kind of getting us ready for Christmas in July as well. And I have the dates for that, and I did not bring them in here. But anyway, that is tonight. So I'm anxious to show you. I'm going to flip my camera because all the wording will be different if I don't. Okay, so you saw me finish the firecrackers, which was, you know, like a disaster in itself. And I had to finish those up on the day, let's see, it was last Friday. So I finished those up, and that was the medium set, which is available at the end of our live. These will all be available on the website. But that is the medium set. Hello, Kim. And this is the, no, that's two mediums. I had the wrong one. I had that wrong. This is the large set. And it has the tag that says, God Bless America. And it's the large set. And this is the medium set. So, anyway, there's 10 pieces in one set and 12 in another. So, that's all those. So, they're super fun to paint and super cute. So, anyway, yeah, you better get in practice for that scroll saw. I have some kits to go with the pattern tonight too. Just in case that you don't have a scroll saw and you want to make it, I tried to make it feasible for everyone, like that. If you couldn't cut it, I have some kits. Like we have like 120 of them. I know, I mean, not a ton because a lot of you can cut your own and will cut your own. But the pattern has all the stuff in it that you can cut your own. But it's hidden behind me because I made a little display today. So let me show you. Let me show you if you can see. So this is a little display I did, but maybe you can't even see, but I'll pick it up. But I used the fireworks with it on a tray. And this was from last year. We did that beaded garland, but anyway, it's really fun. But we're going to do this Americana block. So he is a double pattern, and I'll show you what else you can make with it in a minute. But you know I love my block stuff. My obsession for block wood started about 27 or 8 years ago when my neighbor built her house right next to me, and she was a good friend of mine, and I would go pick up all the scraps. I knew the contractor too, so that was fun. And then we built our house, and I had a ton of that is how I designed some of my first patterns were like the chunky pumpkins. Some of you that have been with me a long time know that the chunky pumpkins were huge, and I'm going to bring back the original chunky pumpkin pattern this year. But anyway, I started doing chunky everything. I had chunky Uncle Sam at the south. I mean, like the snowman, everything. I did anything I could do on chunky wood because I had excesses of it, and I could make it and take it to shows and not have any cost in it. So it was so fun. And then after we built, my in-laws retired, actually was able to buy property next to ours up over there. And so then Mark helped them build their house, or built their house. And so I had an array of wood scraps again. So I have a love of block stuff. So we've done bunnies over the years. We've done it all. But this is a fun one, and just super fun. I even had to break out the glass glitter because, you know, 4th of July sparkly. I want to spray it with glitter, but I haven't yet because I didn't know if it would throw off the camera Like sometimes it feels like it glares, but anyway. And I painted a star on my bead, and I thought that was such a cute little accent for it. So anyway, but I have all the stuff for this pattern and for the fireworks and stuff that we use this week. It's all on my Amazon page, and I'll put it in an event called Star Spangled Bee Bash, so you can go to that, and it has everything in it that you will need. So so you won't have to, you know, ask or worry about that. But this is my favorite. This is the other thing you can do with the pattern. The same pattern, it's just I changed the hat. But I love it. I think it is so cute. What do you think of that? So this is a 2x8, and it's 8 inches long. Do you like Santa? You like him? I was getting ready to do his eyes, and I do them the same. I usually just do dots, and I'm like, I'm going to go back to like 4 years ago when I did Hazel, and I changed the eyes up. And I'm like, I'm going to go back and do it. So, oh, thank you, Megan. So that's what I switched it to. So it's the same thing, except I changed the hat. And the pattern template is for both of them are in the pattern. So, so the only difference is I used a 1-inch wood ball for the gnome and just a half split wood ball for the Santa. But you can use either one for either of them. It's just more pronounced. The knob one is more pronounced. But you can make a Santa gnome. Santa gnomes, we did those one year. I had it laying here for a while. We did a Santa gnome, and it was an ornament. And this is the Uncle Sam gnome. Now, if you don't like gnomes, that's perfectly fine. You just add the face. So in the template, it has the place for the face. And if you don't want to do it, you just leave that off. But you can use either knob. So, or in the pattern, I just put a circle. You can just cut a circle. So, so that's what I did. I've worked until like 2 in the morning for the last several nights just trying to get stuff finished up. I'm glad you like them, Tracy. Oh, thanks, Julie. So, so tonight we're going to make an Uncle Sam, but we're going to make him with a face is what we're going to do. So, and then I'll paint, I'm tapping on the wrong one because I'm opposite the thing. And then I can paint the Santa in a week or so. Like I can paint it, but it's not a whole lot different. So I'm glad you like them, Dorothy. So when I finished the Santa in the wee hours in the morning, I thought, I love him. I don't know. I just kept winging it. I don't know. So they're really fun. But this one, I did stars on the back, and, you know, I kind of jazzed it up. This one, it's just white and spattered. But this one would be cute to stencil ho, ho, ho on the back or something like that. So, so anyway. So that's what we're doing tonight. And I don't know that we'll get it all done. We may have to come back tomorrow night and finish it because I think it might take a little bit. But I hope you like it. I hope you like it. So this is the pattern to it. And it has the Santa on the front and then that on the back. And then if you're not familiar with my patterns, it just comes with the instructions and for the Uncle Sam and the Santa. And of course you're getting a tutorial online too, but then just all the pieces and the templates and the lettering so you can trace all that. So so that is the pattern. So which one do you like better? Do you like the Santa or the Uncle Sam? I just wondered what you all would think. What do you like better? You love them both? You can't pick? This is the kit that I have available. It has the hat brim and the mustache, and then 3 stars. And then you can pick from the half nose or the wood ball nose. So, and I also linked all that stuff in Amazon. It's in the Bee Bash list. So, anyway, Lori, thank you. I feel like I don't have a ton of talent. So many so many awesome designers like that blow me out of the water, but I just keep trucking along and enjoy what I do. So sometimes I worry about it, and sometimes I'm just, let's just go with it. So anyway, it's a hard decision, Paisley said. Mary said she likes Uncle Sam. Carol said she likes Santa. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Uncle Sam tonight with the face and the eyes. So that will be fun. So Megan has my Linktree link pinned to the pinned at the top of the comments, so you can, you can go and save that link to use all the time, because that's where I put a lot of stuff, like if it's a free download or a link to something. So I have my phone kind of rigged up here because I hope I may not be able to turn it down. I just thought of that. It wasn't charged as much as I thought, so I've had it on the charger. I'm sorry, my hand's in the way. Let me unplug it and see. We'll just see how far we go. I couldn't put it clear in the holder with the cord, and then I can't tilt it the way I had it finangled up there, which I thought was pretty good, but I guess not good enough to flip it. Okay, let's go. So I have my block of wood painted, and so I had Mark get me he got me a 6-foot 2x8 at Lowe's the other day, and he came home and he said, how do you want it cut up? He's very helpful. He's always very willing to help me. So he said, I said 8 inches is what I have planned for my pattern. So he cut it in 8-inch lengths, 8-inch blocks. And he got 12 out of that 6-foot board, except one was a little bit short, but it's fine. I can adapt that and just make the beard shorter or something. So it was 11 something for the board. So it ended up being like $1 basically with tax, like $1 a block. And I didn't think that was bad at all. Like, I thought that was really, really good. Let me lay these here so you can see them. You can probably see them better like this up close while I'm anyway, while I'm talking here a minute. Yeah, I love the Santa too. I think I just love the eyes. So, but that's what he looks like up close. And the flip side, like his other hat brim I painted, was just plain white. That was his original. And I kept looking at him like, I don't know. So then I threw stripes on him. Like, in the wee hours of the morning, you just do stuff like you're just like, oh, we'll see. So, but anyway, that is the Santa one, and then this is the Uncle Sam one. So he's the Uncle Sam gnome. So, gosh, we haven't even started. My table looks like it's gonna run. It might. Crazy as it's been. I don't think I've ever been as stressed and like pressed for time. It has been awful. But we are going to knock it out of the park tonight. Oh, someone said my necklace is really cute. I didn't even know you could see it. Thank you. I have on my red, white, and blue shirt tonight. So, Debbie, the pattern is on my website. So, anyway, I love the bead on this. On this one, I put a bell. This is funny. I was glass glittering. I put some Mod Podge on the string and put some glass glitter. I said, I've just got to glitter it, and I'm going to spray glitter it too. But anyway, my glass glitter was sitting here open, and I love glass glitter. If you've not used it, it has the best sparkle. I linked it in my Amazon stuff. Anyway, it has the best sparkle. But in it was, back when we did fake bakes, was this little peppermint thing, and it fell out, and I picked it up and I stuck it on there with the bell, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. I have some bigger ones. I never thought to use them for that. Isn't that funny? So anyway, but I used a little thing of pine and a bell for that one. And then for this one, I just had a white bead on it, and I kept looking at it, trying to think if there was something different I could do. And so I put a star on it, and it's a wonky little star, but it is a star nevertheless. So anyway, disclaimer, I am not good at beards. I never have been. Clear back, what, 4 or 5, I think it was 4 years ago, when I painted the big porch gnome, which I have sold thousands of those. Like, I'm not kidding you. That was the craziest thing. I still sell it. But I did that beard with you all, and I'm still not good at them. It's down. All my patterns on my website are downloadable. So Etsy, I have some mail order ones, but on my website, I just do downloads. It's just way easier. So anyway, yeah, Judy Glasscutter is, I just think it's the best. Where did I get the red bells? I ordered those from Amazon. I'll have to throw the link in there because I did order those from Amazon. I actually ordered them for a project my sister was doing for our craft show, and no, I did order her some, but I used them on my reindeer tags. That's what I used them on. So this is a very rough little sketch, but this is how it all started. This is how I was sketching it out. So this is tracing paper, so when you get your pattern, you can trace it onto tracing paper, or you can just use the paper pattern. But I always like to put it on tracing paper because I really like to be able to see through it. And then I just use graphite paper, which I linked in my Amazon store, but you can get it at Hobby Lobby. But I did go ahead and link it because not everyone has a Hobby Lobby. And if you're like me, sometimes if I'm ordering some stuff, it's just easier to get it done, and I just order it. So that's just how I roll. So all I'm going to do is trace the outline. And I thought about having this done, but I never know. Like, I know most of all of you know, but then you always have some that don't. And I like to show like the steps. Okay, so I'm gonna trace the face on. Ignore my fingernails because I've been in paint all day. Well, practically half the night. Okay, so I'm also going to come right up above, the line comes up there. I'm going to make a mark right there and right there, just to show where that hat brim's going to go for reference, because I don't want to pull my stripes down far enough that it shows. So, ooh, that's a brand new graphite paper, and I probably shouldn't have pressed so hard because that is really, my other is so worn out. That is a little bright. So, I was going to see if I could wipe any of it off to dull it down, but it'll be fine. It's fine. Alrighty. So, first of all, I have some warm beige out, and it is all the paint colors are in your list, in the pattern list thing. But, you know, for this one, he has no face because he's a gnome. But this one has a face. So I want to make sure I come up, you know, yay far, because I don't want there to be like a gap there when I put the hat brim on. And I will say, I started to say this when Mark got my 2x8. It was the grainiest, like really bold grain in it. And I was so surprised that it was so strong with grain. And I didn't bring it up here with me, but it's just a can of Kills It. And I really like it in spray paint better because it's way easier just to spray paint it. But I took several boards and just after they were sanded, and I just went ahead and painted them all with that Kills It because it was really strong. Well, here, I didn't. That's the back of it, and I did not want that to bleed through after time. And So I used Kilsit on it, and then I painted them the colors I wanted them. So one reason why I thought it would be good to go ahead and start, because you have to, I feel like you have to just base paint, base coat, and I hate base coating online because you don't want to just sit and watch me base coat. But you have to give it several coats to cover. But if you have a question or anything, just put it in the comments with question in caps so Megan can catch it. Monica, it is warm beige. So those are all in the paint list listed too, but I'll show you the colors when I go to use them. But this is called warm beige. So we're going to paint his nose while we're at it and find what it is with it. So I'm just going to use the half split nose for this one. And I'm going to get a paper towel. I love my silicone mat. I've had it for, gosh, how long? I don't know if it's been over a year or not. I really like it. Except the only thing I don't like is when I go to tape something down because it doesn't stick to it. So I'm going to stick it to that. And I'm going to stick my stars there too. One of my stars is already painted navy because I changed my mind after I painted. I wanted 2 red instead of I did 2 navy and a red. So, all right, let's give this one more coat and then move on. So I have not painted the Uncle Sam with the face yet. I tried to do one with the face and one as a gnome. So I'm anxious to see what this looks like, and I'm going to use the same exact eyes and colors and stuff. So I am anxious to see what it's going to look like. So I'm going to slap a coat on this because it takes a couple too. I could have painted it white first and probably been better off, but I'll just reach up and paint it every now and then. All right, so hopefully that will be good. I might have to paint it again. Uh-oh. I don't think I brought my star stencil up. Probably on the table. Megan, I might have to have you send Mark a message and see if my little star stencil's on the table. Story of my life. I thought I picked up that whole stack, but I don't see it. It might be out in the hall in my box. I carried everything in. Okay. I've been using puppy pads lately. Oh, I have baby pads that actually I bought for Hank. Oh, Gay, I'm glad you caught me. Okay. All right. Now, I painted my mustache gray, or my beard and mustache gray, and then I laid white in over top of it. And all day long, I keep thinking, I don't know if I need to do that or if I just start with, I don't know. This is really dark though. If you're using graphite, especially new, I would use a very light hand to kind of see how it's going to come out, because that's way darker than I figured it would come out. But my other piece has been used to death, so it probably just isn't as bold. I'll try to erase some of it so it's not as strong as a line. She must have told him, because I just heard Mark going downstairs. He'd probably be able to find it. I've been flying all day trying to finish up stuff, and it takes so long for me anyway, to get stuff added to the website and the pattern all done. And so he said, I'm going to go in and get pizza so you don't have to cook. So that was really nice. Or I had actually stuff out for supper, but there's no way I would have probably got it cooked. Okay, do this one more time. Okay. So I'll do it how I did mine, and then if you know a better way, I'm sure, because I'm not good at beards. I'm really not. I used Gray Sky, and I went back in and I kind of based in the beard, quite roughly. You can use straight Gray Sky, or you can add a little bit of white to it if you want to tone it down. It doesn't matter. My first one I used just Gray Sky, so I was going to tone that one down, and it doesn't really make, looks like it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. It's still pretty gray. So you don't even have to follow this line like specifically, because we're going to take the starkness out of that line. So you can kind of just come down it pretty scraggly. So I'm just going to come up to that face, and that should cover that graphite line too. So I don't have to worry about that. Well, I don't hear Mark coming back up the steps, so he might not be able to find it, and that's fine. I can skip it, but I like to add stars to stuff. I think I've told you for years, like, it's great to have a star stencil, a snowflake stencil. Snowflake stencil I probably use the most. Star probably second, and then I always like to keep a heart too. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure I'm up far enough, because I always do that. Sometimes I'll lay a hat brim or something on, I didn't come down far enough. So I'm not going to do that, like add any more to it, like smooth it out or anything like that. I just want a base under there, and then I do several layers of pulling hair. And like I said, I'm just not great at it. I'm just not. So let me look around here, make sure I didn't miss that stencil. I don't see it though. I don't know what I did. Alright. Now for the hat, I taped off my I started, my original one I started when I got the idea was just on a scrap piece of wood, and I just did his hat, and I drew his face, but I didn't actually pull his beard. But the stripes on the hat, I actually just freehanded the stripes, and they looked fine. But I decided when I really did it that I would use tape and kind of make sure they were more straight and uniform. So I just used the 1/2-inch tape, and I just, I just put strips of it on there. I made sure it came down. And you can start it, I don't know, I usually try to start in the middle, but I didn't on the other one, so. And he's kind of going a little, he's not straight up and down, he's kind of a little bit cockeyed. So. Oh, Megan, you can tell him not to worry about it. I don't have to, I can add it later. I don't know what I did with it. Who knows? I had it on the table, and then I loaded all my stuff back up where I was working last night, and I thought I had it in my stack, but it could be here, there, anywhere. Truthfully, and like I said, this is not exactly straight up and down, because it's like it's a little bit slanted, the hat is. It's kind of going like this a little bit. Oops. So, he didn't have to worry about it. This piece of tape is not straight on the edge. I ran into that the other day. I don't know. Usually it doesn't like that. This roll was a little bit wonky. All right. Okay, and then that'll end on white, so I don't need to worry about that. So, let's see. No, that's red. Red, white, red, white. No, I'm going to leave that there for a minute. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I don't want to, I'm just going to put this there so I don't get over on that edge. All right. Just kind of press it down so I don't get any bleeds, but my edges aren't exactly straight, they're ripply, so I'm going to have some ripples. You can see that. Alright, so I'm going to tap that paint off and get going. I feel like I'm taking forever. Okay. I'm going to turn it around there so I can reach better. So, this one, I'm going to come right to the edge on that. So I'm just going to kind of run some tape right along there and kind of shape it as I go. I hope I did that right. That had too much paint in it. That's not good. I think you'll have fun painting them, and I think it's versatile. Like, you could do them for now, and then if you have shows coming up, you can work on the Santas. I also bring my little magic eraser up. But that's an easy way to do stripes. So, this along this will be white, and then over here, this is a stiff brush, but I have a little bit of a curve edge right there. But other than that, he's done. All right, so it looks pretty, doesn't look like it's going to be much at this point, does it? But we will, I'm going to paint my nose. We will float that a little bit and get that looking lots better. Okay. So you can lay your hat brim on there for reference. I always keep laying mine on when I'm working so I can make sure I've got things going right. So he will have a face, so he's going to be about there. So his hat brim is deep midnight blue, we just used midnight blue, I think, when we were doing the door hanger, but this is deep midnight. And it's really easy to paint because we can just sponge it. And if we had the star stencil, we'd put stars across there. I think on my Americana, one of my favorite Americana patterns, I can't remember if Snowman Sam had it on him, the star print on him or not, but I used the stencil on K229, and it had a star stencil on his shirt, I guess. So, anyway. Okay. It raises the grain on those, so a sanding block is really handy to just rub it across. And then just paint it again, and then this will be done. So I just stenciled the stars on this and dry brushed it, but I don't think we'll get finished tonight, so I can do that part tomorrow evening. So, all right. So I use dark chocolate to shade with. So dark chocolate is the brown that I used. It's just a good universal brown, I think. So this is not the shading brush that I aimed to get, but this one will work. So on the right side of each one of the white stripes, I am going to use that dark chocolate to shade. So I just dipped my float brush in there and then kind of fanned it out on my baby white. But I like the difference it makes when you add that shading on there. I think it's pretty. And I use soft black on the red stripes, but if you don't have soft black, you can use black, or you can use black and add some red to it, or you can just use this brown on the red if you don't want to have to fuss with another additional color. But I like how this looks. So we have this little thin line over here, the end of the hat. So my fingernails, it's like paint. I've got paint clear under them. So anyway, so I'm going to use a little soft black. And before I get in that soft black is great to shade on red, I think. Before I get in that, I'm going to take this brown and I'm going to kind of, it doesn't show a lot, but I'm going to take it around that face a little bit. Did you find it? It was on the floor. Oh, thank you. He's probably just thinks I'm crazy. He found it on the floor, so I don't know where I dropped it, somewhere along the way. But he found it. Hooray for that. So I don't even think I put that in the directions because I didn't do it on my other one. I just don't think it probably ends up showing for the most part. But so now I'm going to get in that soft black, and I'm just going to get a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. And I'm going to just fan it out on that baby wipe. And on that right edge, I'm going to bring that down. I said a little bit goes a long way, and then I'm like, I don't have enough on there. This one will be too much. So, I mean, you all probably can, it's not that the Santa one's much different, but it's fun to paint if you want me to paint it with you, but the face will be the same and stuff, but I can definitely do that one night, but also I don't want it to be boring to you if you really don't I mean, you probably don't really need me to do that, but it is fun. Its beard's a little bit different. It's not as detailed at all. You can probably paint it quite a bit faster. So, let me add one more little thing here. Poor Mark, he's probably looking everywhere. But doesn't look so much better, just the stripes. And then by the time they get dry brushed and spattered, they're so much better. So nice. So on the left side, I'm going like this, talking with my hand. On the left side of the red stripe, I used some white. I kind of just scooted it up there pretty quick. It dries kind of transparent too. That one's still wet from the other side. But anyway, there's the hat. Here's the star stencil. So let's set that aside for a minute. So I just randomly did the stars on there, just laid it on, no rhyme or reason. The star stencils aren't expensive at all. It's like a set of them that I linked on Amazon. But they're not expensive. And you can use them for years and years. They're great for nighttime backgrounds for snowmen and, oh goodness, all kinds of stuff. Americana stuff, and I've used stamps. I've used rubber stamps, you know, to make a pattern. I did a snowman, or a scarecrow, years ago, and I used a rubber stamp and put it in paint and wiped it off and stamped leaves all over the... I'll have to do that again. That was fun. It worked really well. I'll look over and check comments here in a minute. I hope, I'm trying to hurry so fast, I hope I didn't move that a bunch. So these are kind of random, like I said, so you can go back, like you might have some areas that look blank. You can go back and just add some additional stars wherever you want. Let's see, I'm going to add a bigger one on the edge right there. But sponge, you can just sponge them right on there and it works perfect. Put that one right there. I said I'll do one more, or was doing that one and then end up doing how many more. But anyway, that adds just some cuteness to it that kind of takes it from just plain to... So, that I did mine the same way. It's just I have mine dry brushed and we haven't got to that part yet, so, but we will. We will. All right. Let me see. Do you clean your stencils? No. Are you kidding me? No, I don't. Every now and then, if they get too glumpy, especially snowflake ones sometimes because they're finer, yeah, I do have to. But like as a general rule, no, I do it when I have to. And I use a magic eraser or something. Oh, Sharon said she uses rubbing alcohol, and that, does it take it right off? I've never used rubbing alcohol before. Okay, so there we go. We're going to scoot up this edge with, I used brown. I could actually probably use navy and get away with it fine. But see, it has a little bit of white on this side. So, I'm just taking my little liner brush and just going right up through there and doing an awful job of it. I'm kind of dragging it. And then I'll do that on the other side to outline that. Ran out of paint. I wasn't crazy about, I did that on my other one, except I did it in brown. I think navy would look better, but it's kind of necessary. And when I got finished and it all got spattered and done, I thought it was fine, but Anyway, didn't like it without it and didn't really like it with it. Alright. But when that gets dry brushed, it'll be better. I say that about everything. Oh, we'll dry brush, that'll be fine. I might dry brush myself. Maybe that will help. Power Dawn Spray is the bomb, Lori. I didn't even think about putting that on there. Yeah, that looks a little harsh. I'll tone that down with a dry brush. So, I will definitely do that. Alright, so, I don't know whether to start on the beard. What time is it? 9:19 already? Maybe we'll do his eyes tonight and then we'll do the beard tomorrow. So you're going to get your template back, and I'm going to lay that back over my face. And you could just draw them on without using graphite. If you feel confident to do that, that's absolutely fine. I do that a lot, but I also do it and then mess up. But I don't want to do that online, so I make enough mistakes. So I just go back in and add those. Make sure I got them up where they're supposed to be. So I just add those, and then I'm going to fill those in with black. So now we're going to use black. Those lines are driving me nuts. It looks horrible. I thought the brown looked bad, so I switched to navy, but I'm just not crazy about that. I should have put red on each side, made the lines butt up against it. That's what I should have done, but I did not. So I'm just going in and filling in that little black eye. Eyes are intimidating to me, but I think these are fun. Like, I think the first time I actually changed up my eye was when I did Hazel, and I mentioned that earlier, and I was petrified because I always just use like a dot and then a dot in the upper right hand corner. I think that's how it usually is, and I needed to do something better, bigger and better, because she had glasses. So I set out, and I had a piece of paper. I had it for a long time. I did a gazillion sets of eyes, just kept working and working at it. And they're still not even fancy, but for me it was a big deal. I was scared to death to even try it, which is dumb because it's just paint. So, thank you. Yeah, the brown helped it stand out. I think the navy's harsh, but I don't know. It'll be fine when we get done. That's what I keep saying. I'm going with that. I'm not going to get so stressed out over it. I'm going to put the Santa up there so you can see his eyes. Do you think Uncle Sam had blue eyes? Surely he did. He was way into red, white, and blue. I'll have to see, Mary, what Lori Speltz has. I have seen her before, but I've never just like watched one of her videos. But I've seen her on someone else's. I forget who it was that said something about her. So, all right. So now we're gonna kind of make some little crescent moon shapes, is what I call it. And I'm just going to go into the corner. Actually, make sure I have a good tip on that. I'm going to go into the corner, the right side of the eye, and I'm going to make like a little baby crescent moon almost. That's what I'm going to call it, but I'll hold it up here in a minute. And I'm still leaving a little bit of black. I'm not totally I just saw something I did. Hang on. I kind of wung that eye out too far. It needs to come down a little bit flatter. I just call it a little moon. Sorry about that. Okay. So let me go back into the white. So I just take it so kind of each side matches a little bit. Just kind of curve it up and around. So I'll probably have to go over that a little bit and I'll hold it up. So the white is more prevalent. Okay. So that's the white. And now I'm going to go in with baby blue. We used that on our door hanger. If you don't have baby blue, just use any light blue. And if your blue's too light, just add some deep navy to it. Don't stress about it. Just any. It's not a super light blue, but it is a lighter colored blue. So same thing, I'm just going to make it bigger this time. Except I feel like my tip isn't very sharp. I should have got a new brush for this. I should have splurged and got me a new paintbrush since they cost so much. I'm just kidding. So, so I kind of put almost like a big comma like that, and then I'll fill it in. And some of you guys are probably like really, really good at eyes. But this is how I did them. I'm not sure what you mean, Teddy. What a limit to what? I mean, the firecrackers, I don't have a ton of them, and so everyone will kind of have to get a chance at them, but we can't. That'll be it because we're getting ready for Christmas in July, and we're kind of hurting for time. I think I made that bigger than I should have, but it'll be alright. And I have the dates for Christmas in July as well, but I didn't get that paper in here for the calendar. Okay. And it all ends up, I keep saying that, it all comes together. So while that blue is still a little bit white or wet, I go in the wet, and good night. While the blue is a little bit wet, I go in the white and kind of pull it back on the back side of it. And you can even get your brush a little bit wet if you need to move it. So it kind of makes that back edge a little bit of a lighter blue than just all dark. Okay. And let's see. Now, they look a little wonky, but we have to just keep working on them. The next step is I get in that white. I have my paint palette on the wrong side. So now I'm going to go on this far left-hand side, and I'm just going to put like a scant line up through there. Kind of like that. And then you can come back if you need to put in some more white back there, you can. It always kind of fades a little bit when it dries out. And then I'm going to put a dot at the top of that line. But we're not done still. I'm going to go back in. Whoops. Went out of line a little bit there. There. Scooched it back in. This one I brought the edge of the eye down too far. Trying to fix it. Okay. One dot bigger than the other two. Okay. Now I'm going to kind of blend those, bridge those two together a little bit. Right there. And then we're going to take our number 1 micron pen, and at the corner I'm going to kind of bring that out and bring like a little lash. And then I'm going to take three or so. These I kind of pulled from the corner down, and then I did 3. They're going to kind of go up. So, and then, because to make it all look, I better dry it, make sure it's all dry so I don't ruin my pen. Yeah, the dice dots do. Oh, I forgot. I just looked up at Megan's thing. I meant to show my shirt at the beginning. The Stars and Stripes one sold out, but we still have some red, white, and blue. And I think you will love these because they are so soft and nice. Megan's already shipped, well, the second wave it would have went out today, but first wave went out Saturday, and then the second wave would have went today, but it's a holiday. But they go out tomorrow. Okay, so see how that, can you see up close, like that looks kind of wonky, but once you take the pen and then outline it, it kind of cleans everything up and makes it, like if you were looking at it going, oh my, like when you take the next step and take the pen and kind of just outline it and go around it, it kind of just cleans it all up, and I think anyway makes it look nice. Can you see the difference between the two? Like this one's been cleaned up with a pen. If you don't have any of these pens, I highly recommend them. They can do so much detail work with them. Oh, I just dipped down a little bit there. And they're just really a good thing to have. All right, so there it is. Let me find my, I'm going to go back in now that it's dry. You can just kind of just keep seeing after it dries, you can see that, like you're like, oh, we want a little more white in there, because you don't want it to just be one stark color to the next. And then when it dries, you can see, like that line is too bold. I probably should redo it, but I won't. Okay, and he still looks a little whatever because he's just staring right out, not his other accessories. But I was really anxious to see how he was going to end up looking. So I think this nose still needs another coat, but that's how he's starting out anyway. He's got a ways to go, but he's starting to take shape. So, oh, I'm just not that great. Not that great. He's looking better. He's looking better, Connie. He's looking better. So, but we also need to do his cheeks. Just like you just keep adding stuff and he just keeps getting better. Because I think I've said that before. You focus so much on, like you're just staring straight at his eyes and you can pick out every imperfection. And then you just keep building on your project, and then it just all kind of keeps coming together. So he needs some eyebrows. Of course, he has white eyebrows. So there's his eyebrows. And then traditionally, I usually use a stencil brush to do the cheeks. That's how you usually always see me do them. That's how you can do these, and it's absolutely fine. But I ended up actually doing something different with my sample ones. Some of these noses have a little burr on them. I don't know what it's from, but I need to hit it with the sander or the sandpaper, and it takes it right off. But Let me get a, sorry, I'm reaching through the camera. Need to move my paint palette. I'm just painting this again because when I do the cheeks, I want to blush it too. But he needed a little more paint on him. Okay, those noses are fun. On the gnome one, the big ball one is so fun. It really makes him. Yeah, Megan, yes, you can go ahead and do that. Everything will be at the end. You can get everything, yes. But I'll just finish up the details tomorrow night because it would take us way too long tonight. So yeah, his nose is 1 inch, 1 inch nose. Okay, so what I did that I don't usually do is I just used a float brush. I just got it wet. First of all, I got a little bit of white, and that's what I said, I always use vintage tea rose. But I just kind of took some red and kind of went like a different route for me. Like that's kind of bold for me I usually like that really muted pink. But this is what I did. Now I tore a hole in that. So I just kind of got my paintbrush in there and went back and forth between that little mix. And then I kind of floated them in. I kind of put my mustache on because I always keep going back with that as a reference. But then I just I did this. Once again, I based this on going back with, this is how I did Hazel the Bunny when I did her eyes like that. And I ended up doing her cheeks different too. So I just kind of came in and almost made a little bubble type cheek and kind of just made it kind of circle, and then keep a baby wipe there and you can tap it. This bottom part won't show because of the mustache, but that's what I ended up doing, and then I'll add some more white too. But like I said, that's totally different for me. I don't usually do that. I usually always stencil them. We'll have to go back in and pull that eyelash. I did not do my cheeks first on my other one, and afterwards I thought I probably should have, but then I don't know, I probably should have, but I didn't. So then I just kind of tapped it a little bit, and then I go back in with white as well. But just a little bit different, but it kind of looked rosy. And then I took this nose and just kind of wiped that brush off afterwards, kind of on top of his nose to make it kind of rosy. So now I'm going to go in and get some just white and just float. If I can get it on my brush here. So kind of go like that, and then I'm just going to tap it down with my finger. But that's how I did them. And then I did this on my other one, and I did like a little mouth, but it didn't really end up showing as much as I really thought it would on Santa. In this one, it's not going to show at all, but I had a little bit, because I don't know, it's just different how far you paint up your eyes or your hat. Like, you know, like I put it on there, but I painted up, I think, a little bit farther than I should have. So my face was a little bit bigger. So I had that little gap. So I tried to put a little pink in there for his mouth, but it didn't end up really showing much at all. So, okay, now I'm going to take my liner brush, and I'm just going to kind of take a line up it. I mean, that's what I did. If you want to do the stencil brush kind, it's up to you. But that's what I did. I gotta fix his eyelash. So you might want to do it before you do your eyes. So, and you can just hand draw your eyes on. if you want to make them closer together or bigger or whatever. So I can't believe we've already gone an hour. Let's put him together just for fun and see how he's looking. Oops, that's the wrong brush. I'm just going to finish the nose so I don't forget that part. Let's put a little white on there too. Kind of go across it. But he looks pretty blank because he looks funny with this beard not being done. But when you add that dry brushing and spattering and all of the stuff, and we pull that beard, then it's really fun. Yeah, it's an angle brush, Lori. Like you always want to get an angle brush. Let me see if I have some on here. Like these, that's not them. Hang on. Like these are from Walmart, and they have angles in it. They have a 4 and a 6 in it. But see, this will be a good example because it's new and you can tell it better. Maybe if I can get it on something that you can see. See how it's angled. So I'm dipping it in water, and then I'm shaking it off after I dip it in water, tapping it off, and then I dip that little tip in whatever color I want to shade with, which is always a darker value usually. And then I like to faint it out on a baby white because it kind of gets the paint moving, and then use it. And maybe I look over and catch comments. I think that's what you were asking. So, but anyway, he looks super stark right now, super stark. But he is well on his way to looking better. But he just looks so. To me, he looks so stark. That's why I always say invest in that pack of dry brushes, those yellow handled ones. They're not expensive at all, but like they make a world of difference. But like if we go to this one, just look how different the hat brims look. Just from dry brushing and doing the line work around it. And of course the beard. But just all of it gets softened so much. So anyway. You're welcome, Lord. Yeah, he's looking, I mean, I want to say he's getting there, but he looks, he just looks kind of goofy right now because he's so stark. So, but we'll stop there because we're over an hour, and we'll work tomorrow night at 8:30. We'll work on his hat or his beard, and then we'll dry brush him and kind of bring him home as far as the rest of it. Thank you, Ginger, for spreading the honey. I will be in major shipping mode tomorrow. I'm just going from one craziness to the next. So, but I'll hop back on and do that beard with you tomorrow night so you can see. Well, I was going to say, should I do it tomorrow night or Thursday night? Okay, Megan says she's ready for the links. Yeah, please try to share with the firecrackers so everyone gets a shake at them and the kits and stuff. I think we'll be fine on the kits, but because a lot of you will cut your own. But I did want to offer a few of those for you all that didn't cut. But anyway, but I hope you like it. Once again, I'll show. That's the Santa. And this is the gnome Uncle Sam. So you just do the hat different is all. And then this is the regular Uncle Sam that is that has a face. So where the gnome one doesn't have a face. So anyway. And then you have the medium, or this is the large firecracker kit. And it has the tag and all the pieces. And you glue those together. We did those last week and I painted those. This is the medium. And all the stars and everything are with it. That's the medium kit. And then the kit. And then I forgot to have Megan pick. We had I think 4 more winners for the star stacks. So I'll go through and pick those or have Mark pick them. The nose, Diane, is 1 inch. They're all in I pinned everything in my Amazon list. So, you can go look for them. if you want. All right. So yep. So just if you want the kits, just grab the kits. There's one with the half cut nose or one with the ball nose. If you like the gnome stuff, but it doesn't have to be with the gnome. It can be used with any of them. It's all on how you want it to look. But gosh, I guess I could flip it up. I'm just sitting here talking. But that's everything. And I had additional pieces from our tier tray kit last year that I was going to list separately, and I did not get them on there. I ran out of time. I barely got what we needed on. So let me hold these up again. So this is the pattern. It's pattern 305, and it's just for like if you have scroll saw or bandsaw or however you cut. So you can, it's the template to trace on the wood and then the 3D pieces for you to cut. Okay. So that is everything. So I appreciate you joining me, and I'll come back tomorrow night and work on the beard. Okay. And thank you for hanging with me through this whole thing. It's since the Americana door hanger, I feel like I've been on a downhill, not a downhill slide, an uphill climb. It's been, I don't know why, everything's been really, really hard. So I'm going to have to check out the Cha-Cha brush. Is it just like a mop? When I oil painted, I used to have a mop that kind of, my teacher called it a mop, and it kind of fixed everything, or like smoothed everything. I don't know. So anyway, I guess I didn't even scan up. I thought I was still, I thought I was at the end of comments, and here I was way back. So, oh, Sophie, I'm glad they found me too. Thank you. I think I have, everyone that follows my page or likes my page are just people that found it and liked it on their own. I've not run ads, and I don't have anyone to give me a big boost or anything. So I'm very slow at growing. But the other day I told Mark, I said, I noticed, Mike, I have 200 something until I'll reach 5,000 followers, which is like not a big deal because some people have such huge pages, but it's a big deal to me because I feel like I have great customers, and I was excited. Like, I'm going to order myself a cake. I'm just kidding. I love cake. I always think it's a good excuse for any celebration. So anyway, but thank you so much. And I hope you liked the fireworks, and I hope you liked the projects. We're going to do a cute little pattern in Christmas in July too. So I like to throw a pattern in too, because that makes it fun for you. So anyway, all right, yeah, of course, Megan's like, yes, we should order a cake because she'd eat it too. And confetti. Did you see that? That's an excuse for her to order confetti. So yeah, I mean, it'll probably be a good while. I mean, like, I am very slow to get there, but I remember when I hit 4,000, that was a good while ago, and I was so excited. But 5,000, I was really excited about. So, but anyway. So be sure to grab your pattern if you want to. I think it's $4.95. I can't even remember how much it is. So I think it's a good value for all the mileage you can get out of it. So anyway, thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow evening at 8:30. Bye.